by virtue of the powers vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Fort Hare. I, Advocate Dumisani Beza, SC, on this day, the 5th of May, 2023, hereby constitute the congregation for the purpose of conferring of degrees and awarding of certificates and diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to take your seats.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Vice Chancellor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor. I stand here to make a few opening remarks and to also outline how we're going to proceed this morning. This is the third ceremony. We started yesterday with education. Today, morning and afternoon, is the Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities. Members of Council present, members of the Management Executive Committee of the University, members of the Extended Management Team, Deans of Faculties, Directors, Professors, members of Senate, academic staff members, support services staff, student representative council members, students, invited guests, graduates, greetings. It is my honor to welcome you to this autumn graduation. We're running ceremonies all the way up until Friday afternoon. We meet on this occasion during our 109th year of existence as a university. And you'll recall that last year we celebrated the moment of the first graduation and the first graduate of this university back in 1924, Z.K. Matthews. And we've continued producing professionals ever since. And those professionals have changed the history of this country, have been at the cutting edge of changing this country. And I'm sure the graduates that are going to come through today will continue that trend. I'm proud that this university has continued to function and that it has come this far, despite all the trials and tribulations that we've encountered along the way. Talking about trials and tribulations, I want to ask us to stand and give a moment of silence, do a moment of silence for a student of ours who passed on Saturday, and also a senior member of the university, Professor Vuyisile Nkongi, who passed on Saturday night. Could you please stand for a moment of silence? Thank you very much. Professor Nkongi was the director of our Teaching and Learning Center, a very, very important figure in the running of the university. As a matter of fact, we managed through the period of COVID, all thanks to him and his team, who came in with innovations that allowed us to pull through during that difficult time. Mr. Chancellor, I would just want to give a very brief summary of some of the achievements of the university since we met last year. Since we met last year, We've been filling more academic posts. We've increased the number of academic posts to strengthen the academic enterprise of the university. We've grown the number of academics with PhDs from 48% early last year to 62% this year. We've also filled 10 senior positions, which should allow us to move forward with greater vigor. We've revised policies and procedures of the university to establish order as part of our renewal project. We've reconstituted council following the expiry of the term of the last council last year. Late last year, we launched two very, very important catalytic projects, water projects here in Alice. One being the Alice Water Treatment Works for the amount of 60 million rand, and of course the Alice the wastewater treatment plant in the university also for the same amount. We completed simulation labs for health sciences. We also got the go-ahead from the Department of Higher Education and Training to move ahead and establish a Faculty of Veterinary Science. Anglo Gold Ashanti also came to the party and donated 12.5 million towards a research chair in dairy science and technology. We also got approval for a Bachelor of Entrepreneurship, which will go a long way towards addressing some of the issues in the country. We also had successful student governance elections or student representative council elections last year. We had an unqualified audit outcome for the year 2023. We continue with the automation of application and registration processes, and that went very, very successfully and very well from 2024 to 2025. We've also now in the process of implementing a university-wide organogram where we've added extra posts, especially, as I said, teaching or rather academic positions. The University of Fort Hare is a stable institution. Unlike what used to prevail in the past, where there was disruption of teaching and learning and administration, we've gone through, and again, this must be the 5th or 6th year in a row, we've gone through without incident. In other words, without disruption of teaching and learning. And it's very important, I'm saying this in the presence especially of family and parents and so on and so forth. We are running a stable institution. Gone are the days when the name Fort Hare would be synonymous with doi and conflict and unrest. We've long moved on from that. We continue our struggle against GBV, gender-based violence, and we've expanded the mandate of the office to gender-based violence prevention and gender diversity office. We also continue our fight against crime and criminality and fraud. Yesterday there was a court case of the murderers in Bisho, which has been postponed to September. 2 weeks ago there was a case of the fraud and corruption people who are also on trial, and we will continue. There's no room for fraud and corruption in this institution. We're also very pleased that the President of the Republic has expanded the mandate of the Special Investigation Unit and to go back to the year 2004 and to cover other areas where there were irregularities and fraud. Finally, I should also mention that earlier in April, we co-hosted with universities in Qatar and universities and the University of Glasgow to host a conference in Doha, Qatar, on the rebuilding of universities in Palestine. This is very important because we believe that following our council resolution in 2023, that just like the international community stepped in and provided support to South Africa during apartheid, that we have a role, however small, to play in supporting others who are under distress. And Palestine is one such a place. Now, very briefly about today, or rather this week, we're graduating over 3,000 students, and of course 60% of them are women, and we believe that it's a very important, you're free to applaud, you know. And we believe that by developing and training and nurturing the talents of women, we're strengthening the country. We're building the country. It's very, very important. We take that very importantly. There's another statistic which I didn't write down here, but which I will say. You'll be pleased to know that in all cases, without exception, the best performers academically are women. Just watch this morning as the dean calls out the names. Watch who gets the cum laude. Who gets the most cum laude? But gentlemen, please, I'm not inciting unrest here. It's just a fact. Yeah. I also want to acknowledge a few students who stand out. And by identifying, isolating these ones, it doesn't mean we don't acknowledge others. But I want to acknowledge, first of all, Siamanga Zondi from Tsomo. He's 19 years old, and he will be graduating on Friday, a Bachelor of Commerce, at 19 years old. Which means he entered university at age 16, right? So that's very important, and congratulations, Siamanga. I also want to congratulate, and also from Tsomo, just in case you didn't know, you start Googling, see where this place is, Tsomo. At age 28, Sijonge Sonke Peter will be graduating a PhD in chemistry. And then, of course, on the senior side, you'll see quite a few graduates as well. So there's hope for us as seniors. Right? Don't give up. You can still enroll and get your degree. At nearly 65 years old, Mr. Badedo Oluwafemi Eminola will be graduating a PhD in social science. Is he here? Is he here? There he is. He started his journey back in 1982. He got his first degree in 1982. That's correct? In 1982. He did not stop. So thank you very much and congratulations, sir. And then also, I want to acknowledge another person. I think he's here. Mr. Mkubi Given Mdliva. Is he here? In the afternoon. He'll be in the afternoon. He's also 66 years old. He will graduate a PhD in African languages. And he wrote his entire thesis in isiXhosa. And the title is quite telling, very, very significant. Uphicoto nzulu lolwimi olusengela phansi amanina kwisihobe sesiXhosa. And his study examines 50 Xhosa poems from the 20th century and the 21st century, and exposes how both male and female poets have historically used language that demeans women. That's something that I would like to read one of these days. And then I want to acknowledge, and she graduated here yesterday with a Bachelor of Education in Foundation phase. Sad story, but in the end, a very happy ending. Lukolo Ani Mhlabeni graduated yesterday. She suffered terrible losses. While she was studying, both parents died. And as if that was not enough, she lost 2 siblings while she was doing the degree. She's from Danzane NU1, but she persevered, and yesterday was the crowning moment of her efforts. And then there are students from the disability unit. We have here students living with disability in the university. And we have a dedicated unit to support them, to assist them in various ways. And because they are very, very important to us, very important to me, I'm going to name all of them who are graduating, and some of them are here. Like Lindiwe Balindlela, is she here? Lindiwe? Lindiwe Balindlela? There. Yes. Congratulations, Lindiwe, Bachelor of Social Sciences. Yomelela Belem. Yomelela. It means if the person is not here, they'll be in the afternoon. That's Bachelor of Social Science for Yomelelani, so Yomelelani. Sibabalwe Boise, Bachelor of Public Administration. She'll graduate on Friday. Mkagamezi Goniwe graduated yesterday with a B.Ed, Bachelor of Education. Yomelelani Mabaso, President, Bachelor of Social Science. Where is he? Mabaso. Okay, it means we'll see him in the afternoon. He's the president of Students Living with Disability. And it's, yeah. Funeka Mazongolo, Bachelor of Education. Mazwi Melane, Bachelor of Social Science. Here? Mazwi? No, good afternoon. All right. Mpo Mkhali, Bachelor of Social Science. Here? No. Kumisa Noamba, Bachelor of Education. Amanda Shubane, BA in Psychology. Here. There. Amanda. Congratulations, Amanda. Right. And then Ben Mpumelelo Sunduza, Bachelor of Theology. Should be here or in the afternoon. There at the back. Stand, sir. Stand. Huh? Yeah. Don't be shy. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you. And then, of course, the choir. And I'm only going to read those graduating today. The choir is sitting up there. You'll see, once they graduate, they'll go and join the choir. Anita Klabu. Anita Klabu. Where? That means they'll come in the afternoon. Luklolo Kepe. Anita graduates Bachelor of Social Science. Luklolo Kepe, Bachelor of Library and Information Science. Not here? All right. Inago Nambai, Bachelor of Social Science Honors. Yeah. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Buhle Makwana, Bachelor of Social Science. Buhle? Okay, in the afternoon. Yamkela Mpechwa, Diploma Fine Arts. No. Okay. Lazola Matoni, Bachelor of Music. Where is Lazola? Okay, not here. And then Bongani Miza, Bachelor of Music. Okay, in the afternoon. And then I want to proceed and acknowledge others. There are other students, but specifically this category is students in law, students who have been making waves at moot court competitions. Now, the moot court in law is a very important training ground. And the moot court is not only national, but it can be continental Africa as well as international. I'll start with Nhlanhla Falteni and Lili Mbengo. They made it to the final at the Nelson Mandela World Moot Court Competition in Geneva, Switzerland. They were the only South African team out of 24 teams, and they were ranked number 14 in the end, number 14 in the world. Jabulo Tipedi and Precious Patience Mafungazira participated in the 34th Christoph Haynes African Human Rights Moot Court, hosted in Rwanda, Kigali. And the university participated amongst 64 teams, and they were ranked 17th. Again, Nhlanhla Falteni and Lerato Nkadimeng represented this university at the 13th Annual Child Law Moot Competition. They made it to the finals, and they were runners-up in the end. They were runners-up. Jabulo Tibedi, Sanders Maziva, and previous Patience Mufangazira participated in the public interest moot court, public interest law moot court competition, and out of 230 teams, the university made it to the to the semi-finals rather, at the Constitutional Court for the 4th year. And in the end, they did extremely well there. They went to the semi-finals. Then we had Sanders Maziva, Sitenkosi James participated in the Philip C. Jessup Moot Court and made it to the quarterfinals. And although again, 2 weeks ago, Christian Buthelezi and Babalwa Mufukeng participated at the public interest law moot court at the Constitutional Court, and they came number 1. The East London airport came to a standstill. They were received by fellow students and staff at the airport in East London. So that's that. You can see that our students are at the cutting edge. As students, they can compete with the best, and they can come out best. So and I'm saying this, I'm addressing the parents in particular. You send your son, your daughter, your nephew, your relative, or you send yourself to Fort Hare, it's a good investment. You get a good education. That will take you to the world. I want to also to acknowledge members of the SRC who are graduating, and Apelele Kalagahla is the president of the SRC and is going to graduate honors in computer science. He's sitting there. Thank you. And Odwam Saro is the Secretary General of the SRC. He is graduating tomorrow in LLB. He's there. Nalulu Vo James is treasurer of the SRC in Alice. He's going to graduate on Friday, Bachelor of Commerce. Makwakaza Sonele, Bachelor of Commerce, honors in Transport Economics. Nangamso Msongelo, Bachelor of Social Sciences, Human Settlement. Is he here, Nangamso? Okay, in the afternoon. All right. And then I want to move on from that. Now, let me do this. I also want to acknowledge Mr. Bulelani Thompson. Is he here? Yes, Mr. Bulelani Thompson. Just remain standing because the story is very important. He's in the security office. He's a security officer at the university. He's here, he started at Forte in 2002, but then had to leave because of problems, financial and other problems. He came back in 2021 to finish that first degree. But today he's graduating his honors degree. And those who know him, he's a security officer at Tiosoga residence here in Alice. Congratulations, Mnumza. And again, you'll agree with me, it's very important that we acknowledge our students, and that's why I'll say a little bit about the ceremony and the format, because the main focus is celebrating students. It's not speeches. I'll come to that in a minute. But now I want to move to one thing that's very important. As you graduate this morning, you're going to receive a brand new format certificate, which has enhanced security features. And that certificate has got 14 security features. It's called the blockchain certificate. You'll see it. It will be shown there. Cameraman, come over the side. It's very important. Not only is it new and secure, but it's also beautiful. And so I'm sure I'm also trying to encourage others to come and study and receive this beautiful, beautiful certificate, a degree certificate. So you'll see there, it's got features in front and at the back as well. At the back as well, there's several things there, some of them invisible to the naked eye. That's this new certificate. And so graduates from yesterday and all week and from now onwards will receive that certificate. And thank you very much, Registrar, for that innovation. Now, I want to talk a little bit about graduation. Graduation is about celebration. First of all, what we've done, maybe you've been to other graduation ceremonies elsewhere. Ours is unique. There's no program director. There's no speeches. There's none of that, because we want to devote the time to celebration. So everything is on autopilot. And therefore, I'm going to require the cooperation of everyone. Let's self-regulate. Let's self-regulate. When you celebrate your person, make sure you keep it tight and short so that we can then celebrate the next person. Nobody's going to say, shh, quiet, any of that. You're going to have to do it that yourselves. From now on, this is the only speech you're getting. From now on, the dean is going to be driving, and that's it. That's going to be it. The choir will come in between and render some items, but that's all there's going to be. So we want to use this time. Now, what does that mean? It says that to the graduates, please celebrate now. Just show me how you want to celebrate yourselves. Sure? Is that all you can give? All right, fine. The idea is this, that you celebrate, you show your joy. We're here to pave the way for you to celebrate, to show that you're happy, to give free rein to your joy and happiness and appreciation and so on and so forth. You're free to dance. When you come up here, you're free to dance a little bit, between there, before you get to the Chancellor and here. You can dance and do that, not there. But please celebrate. To the families, parents, partners, children, celebrate also. You can celebrate. The aisles are wide enough. The front is open as well, as long as you don't step on the red carpet, the one in front. You can celebrate. Again, just make sure you keep it tight. Yesterday, we saw something here. Someone was trying to celebrate, and they fell. So just make sure you don't fall. And we've seen things, various forms. of celebration. Twice in my time here, I've seen a parent do push-ups as a way of... So you may want to do your push-ups as well. But keep it tight. Please be considerate. Please be considerate. We're here to celebrate with you, and there are certain protocols, though. Once you get to the Chancellor, keep it ceremonial, keep it proper, keep it proper. No running around. Yesterday, I saw one person, doing a selfie here. No. No selfies here. If you do selfies, stop right here, and you can start when you get to the other side. Not here. Selfies are just unceremonial and improper, and in fact, almost disrespectful. That's that. And also, I'll say this, but I'm sure there's no one like that here today. But also, if a person had some liquids before they came to graduation, please, I've asked that you'll be pulled off here at the bottom. You will not graduate if you're not stable on your feet. We've seen a few instances in the past, and it's really, really disrespectful to come and be like that here. So please be that. Now, I just want to acknowledge a few special guests today in no particular sequence. I want to acknowledge, first of all, the President of Convocation of the University, who also sits on council, Mr. Pezisa. Mr. Pezisa, you can, thank you very much. I also want to acknowledge a delegation from Zimbabwe. Specifically, we have the Zimbabwean government for many years, more than 2 decades now, has had a special scholarship program to fund students to study at Fort Hare, at Rhodes. I think they've now since expanded it to a few other universities. And so every time when there's graduation, they come to bear witness to those that they funded. And again, this year, we have Mr. Churu. Mr. Churu, yes, that's him. Thank you very much, sir. Right. He is the Deputy Chief Secretary to the Office of the President and Cabinet in Zimbabwe. We also have the Chief Director for the Zimbabwe Presidential Scholarship Program, Dr. Kachere. Dr. Kachere is here. Thanks very much. And then also from that office of the Deputy Chief Secretary, we have Mr. Mungate. Mr. Mungate is here, also from Zimbabwe. Thank you very much to you. And as I conclude, I want to depart from tradition and announce on request that you sing, everybody, and the choir will assist to set the rhythm to this. Because the person who's now going to take over and run, the Dean of the Faculty of Social Science and Humanities, is Professor Neil Rose, who's right here next to me. It's his birthday today. So please sing him something. Sing him. Thank you very much, and thank you very much. And once again, we shall now proceed with the rest of the ceremony. Thank you very much, Mr. Chancellor. Thank you very much. Give the choir a big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. I thought I should step up and do one thing which I neglected to do. Today and tomorrow, we are awarding honorary doctorates to two eminent South Africans. We're starting now. And I know the honorary graduate will be introduced properly and his profile will be presented. but it was remiss of me not to mention him as I was acknowledging a special guest. And today, we are awarding an honorary doctorate to Mr. Omar Badsha. Omar Badsha is sitting there. You will see him. You'll see enough of him. He's a renowned artist, photographer, and historian. And in the circles where I move, he's one person who needs no introduction. So once again, congratulations, Omar. And Omar is someone I know from way back when I worked in Cape Town. And but his work goes way, way back to the 1960s, 1970s, when he documented through photography many of the struggles and many of the historic moments in this country's development. And I just want to say I wish him all the best and to congratulate him. Over to the Dean now. Thank you.
Chancellor. What follows is the citation for Mr. Omar Badsha, who will be awarded the Doctor of Philosophy, honoris causa. Omar Badsha was born in Durban on the 27th of June in 1945. And shortly after he was born, with the coming into power of the National Party in 1948, apartheid was formally adopted as a national policy. And this led to a raft of racial laws and policies that disfranchised most of the population, including Badsha's Indian community and especially the country's black majority. Omar Badsha started his involvement in social affairs during the Black Consciousness ferment in Durban in the late 1960s, when he was involved in a range of activities around Gandhi's Phoenix settlement in the early 1970s with Fatima Meer, Ella Gandhi, Muriam Goben, Rick Turner, and others. And indeed, it was Turner, who was banned at that point, who convinced Omar to help him with the trade union movement in its emergence after the Durban strikes of 1973. On the creative side, Omar Badsha started working as a fine artist with Dumile Fene and with poets like Mafika Gwala, both black consciousness-inspired creatives. By 1976, Badsha had started moving towards community work and photography, and worked extensively in and around the shack settlements of Enanda. His photography work led to the creation of Afripix, which was a collective of progressive photographers that included Paul Weinberg, Jiva Rajgopal, Rafs Mayat, Cedric Nunn, and many others. And their project led to some of the best documentary photography that the country has ever witnessed. Badsha's own work, which was anthologized in letters to Fazanaha and Imi Jandolo, was celebrated widely. From 1982 to 1983, the collective work of Afripix was anthologized in Cordant Heart and Broken Barricades. Most of the Afripix photographers refused to turn their community access into commercial print or to photograph scenes of violence and victimhood. And by focusing on the plight of the black experience, they provided an enduring record of this insurrectionist period in South African history and of popular resilience and daily life. Before leaving for Cape Town, Badsha helped with the rising cultural movement in the trade unions and produced the first book on black worker poetry, Black Mamba Rising, in 1986. In Cape Town, he focused heavily on organizing community art groups in and around UDF activities. He was detained for his activities in the 1980s. Omar Badsha's next move was to Pretoria, where he turned to the need to collect and publicize the history of South Africa's colonization, apartheid period, and the liberation struggle, particularly through a significant project known as South African History Online. South African History Online was envisaged as a broad-ranging archival project which was delivered freely to everyone, and it has consumed them for the last 2 decades with millions of digital hits a month. Badsha has relocated the headquarters of the project to Cape Town. What must not be ignored is the quality of Badsha's own creative work, and there are few photographers that have achieved the intensity of image and its reflection of social lives of the working poor, the migrant, the worker, the women, the children of the inner city hostel or shack. Indeed, in 2018, Omar Badsha was recognized as one of South Africa's cultural icons and awarded the National Order of Ikamaga in silver, bestowed on those who've excelled in the arts, in culture, in literature, in music, journalism, and sport. The conferment of an honorary Doctor of Philosophy on Mr. Badsha is a significant expression of the University of Fort Hare and the Faculty of Social Science and Humanities' new flagship program in Liberation Heritage Studies, as well as the research niche area in African liberation heritage, in citizenship and society. Mr. Badsha has considerable standing, accumulated over many years as an activist, a photographer, and a public historian. His struggle for social justice, for labor rights, and creative work is widely recognized. Chancellor, I have the honor to present for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa, Mr. Omar Badsha.
I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, honoris causa.
A minute ago, I asked Mr. Chancellor to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa on Mr. Omar Badsha. Well, now we have a transformation. Chancellor, I have the pleasure to request Dr. Omar Badsha to address the congregation. Dr. Badsha.
Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, parents, students, comrades, I thought I was going to speak later this afternoon. I don't have a prepared speech. All I want to say, it is a great honor to stand here before you and remember while I'm here, I'm remembering all my comrades who I worked with, many of whom died in the struggle. And my own, I think I was born in the struggle also. Let me just tell you that the area I lived was a Congress and Communist Party stronghold. And as a child, the women in that area set up a nursery. That was in the 50s. And we were the first sort of intake. It didn't last long because most of the women, people like Fatima Sidat and others, were arrested. Some of them were charged in the treason trial, 56 treason trial. I grew up also in a working class home. My father had very little education, but he read extensively. His friends were right across the racial divide in the country. His friends, some of whom were graduates of Fort Hare and other universities. So I grew up in a very open, very liberal, quite radical community and household. But one thing that my father and his comrades taught us: read. Read. And so I remember the day I went with my father's library card. And I was a tiny, in primary school, and the librarian was a white man. He looked at me and says, "Whose card is this?" And I said, "My dad's." He says, "No, you should now go and get your own card." And he signed me in as a junior member of the library. Books, learning became an important thing. I had, like my brother, learning difficulties. And so I was always 32 or 33 of the class of 32 or 33, always at the bottom of the school, which meant that in those days you got a lot of attention, or your backside got a lot of attention. You got a lot of hiding in school. People didn't know much about learning difficulties then. So you were just seen as foolish, lazy, and so my school days, primary and high school, were very, very difficult, but which made me tough, made me quite rebellious, in fact. But I never gave up on reading. As a young boy, and in my first year in school, I joined what was called the Durban Students' Union and began organizing students, mobilizing them, setting up little cells, but also setting up libraries. Myself and my very close friend, Mafika Gwala, the poet, the late poet, and others, we set up libraries, we set up study groups, we set up underground groups. And the main thing was learn, organize, mobilize. And so learning became very important. I did very badly in school, in high school. In metric, I failed my metric. When I got home, my father said, doesn't matter if you failed your metric, but remember, you have to work hard. You have to learn from people, respect people. And so some of those very simple things that we take for granted becomes very important for me in my life and shaped my life. My father, as I said, was also an artist, a very unusual man. He didn't have much education, but he was a very talented artist. And he had friends right across the political and racial divides. So I was influenced by his friends, people like Selvi Mvusi, the artist who died in exile, and others would come to our home. In fact, some of them stayed in our home because after classes at an organization that they had set up called Bika, transport was very difficult in those days. And some of them, like Selby, would sleep in our homes, which was an absolutely unusual thing. So we became very used to the idea of people being equal and education being important. And so that's how I grew up. That's how I learned and began to, and became in the 60s member of the ANC underground. And my job was to keep in touch with the families of political prisoners, go to their homes, ensure that they had support, raise funds for some of them, did very simple things, but important. Those simple things became very important in creating a community of activists and families of activists. And in that way, I came to know people right across Durban, in the townships, and I would go there on my own, which was a very unusual thing. But I wasn't afraid of people. I wasn't afraid of the police. And so one thing leads to another. And I become very familiar with so many political prisoners in particular because of my link with their families. I would be the one who would go and wait for them when they were released. So my friend Jacob Zuma, I remember going, picking him up and taking him home. And you name it, all those activists who were in prison, who came out, we looked after them. We supported them. We fought with each other, but we didn't forget. All of this helped me to not be afraid of people, to be humble, to serve, and expect nothing in return. Expect nothing in return. Our life was built around organizing and mobilizing people. When the Durban strikes in '73 started, I walked to the Garment Workers Union offices where workers were coming in, hundreds of workers, and wanting assistance. They wanted to join the union. And then we had to explain that, no, you know, yes, you can join a union, but we don't have a union for you. This is a garment union. You are a textile worker. We don't have a textile union. And so we built those unions. And we recruited a lot, most of our organizers from those strikes, June Rose Nala, Alpheus Mtetwa, young workers who became secretaries of our unions. We set up what was called the IIE, Institute of Industrial Education, to train a new generation of trade unionists and activists. And we produced books, manuals. And so I had a rich life. I knew and worked in the underground. I lost many of my friends and comrades who we killed. Recently, as South African History Online published the book of Shadrach Mapumulu, Shadrach was also an activist, come from a very poor background, was one of the first group of people from Natal who went to Robben Island, who were, came out. Shadrach was the one, he lived in a shack in Inanda, and I should go and visit him. And it was a time when things were very, very bad. There was a drought and there was no water. And disease has just spread. And Shadrach said, Omar, we must do something. And so I got involved. Shadrach had to flee the country, but I continued the work, building a network, working in those communities. I had by this time become a photographer also, so I had a camera. And so I photographed conditions in those communities and produced eventually a book called Imijondolo, Life in Inanda. And it was not easy because we became the target of the security police, and most important, we became the target of Inkatha because we were questioning the role that many of the Inkatha leaders in the area, who were also landlords, shack lords, let me put it that way. And so we became a target. I won't go into much detail, but through those experiences, I never forgot what my father said and taught us, and my father's comrades taught us. Read, organize, mobilize people, but learn. And so, again, in those areas we set up, together with, I must say, medical students like Zweli and Kize and others, we mobilize people in those communities. We set up clinics, we set up, everything that people needed. But most important, we began agitating for water. There was typhoid in that day. So we would be carrying people, taking people, ferrying people from there to the hospitals. And most thing that really, really affected all of us were the babies, the children of these families. So let me say, I come from that generation that became part of and had the vision of building a new, free and new South Africa, and didn't expect much in return. When the new government comes into power and people were now being elected to go to parliament, I was approached by Governor Mbeki, and he said, Omar, we would like you to become an MP. And I refused. I said, no, I want to continue what I do as an artist and as a photographer. I am not meant for, I'll cause a lot of trouble for you and your comrades. I would not follow orders. And the movement expected you to follow the line. And I said, no, I can't do that because it's very difficult. But, so I didn't become an MP. I then continued my work. I got married to a very, very, very committed, very beautiful, very intelligent and strong woman. She grew up in Johannesburg, but studied in England. She came to visit me in the trade union offices when she got back into the country with a message from Comrade Oliver Tambo. And well, next thing I knew, she and I got married, to everybody's surprise. Again, one just has to use one's skills, one's education to uplift your community, your family. And I'm glad, I'm thrilled actually, not glad, that's not the right word, thrilled that so many of you are graduating here today. And hopefully you will join the ranks of the new intelligentsia, but also the new builders, because we still haven't attain what we really set out to do, is to build a country and that serves the need of everyone. We still have, and it's actually growing, this very huge gulf between the masses and the intelligentsia. And so whatever you do, spend some time listening, visiting your families, appreciating where they come from, and doing something that will have lasting impact on yourself, your family, and the community. Again, I say, read, learn, daily learn from what you everything that comes into your orbit. Learn from people in particular, and support them in return by your education, by your skills, by whatever. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare a speech. I couldn't get myself to write it. The things that I really wanted to say, but just to give you some examples of how education and love for the country, for your family, for the people, is the cornerstone of building new generation of graduates, building the nation. And we have a lot of work to do. As you know from your daily experience, that many of the people that we elect into government don't deliver, don't care. And I know from my own experience now, some of the people who I knew very well have just lost touch with their own roots. I'm not a religious person, but I always remember the first words that Prophet Muhammad learned and responded to. His first revelation was the word from what we say from God's, and said, read, Ikra, read. And he said, I cannot read. So he said, well, repeat after me. And so that was always something that guided, influenced many of us. And I can very truly say that when I look back, most of the people that I went to school with, I grew up with, have done well. There are a few scoundrels in that group, but majority did well. And some have gone beyond just doing well. They've become leaders in their communities and are plowing back as educationists, as scientists, as ordinary people. They're plowing back whatever they learned back into their communities. And I hope that you who are graduating today would just once in a while, think about who you are, where you come from, and what have you achieved in helping others in your communities, in your families. And thank you very much. I'd like to thank the university for conferring this degree on me. This is not the first honorary doctorate I have. I have a number of others from Stellenbosch University and elsewhere. But I never call myself doctor. I'm Omar, and I continue to remind people that it's an honorary doctorate. I would have liked to have had a PhD and write a thesis on, well, whatever. But I run South African history online. And when you are in Cape Town, and if you want to come and spend some time and work with us, there's no pay because none of us, we struggle to raise funding. We struggle actually to involve the universities and academics to come and work with us. It's a huge struggle. There are a few who come forward and help, doing simple things, but that is enormous help. And this website is used extensively in schools. And that gives me a great deal of joy and continues to spur me on to good work with very little support. And I hope that this university and its students, somehow we can meet and somehow we can contribute to building this resource. And again, let me say how this project started. Just a little thing, little short, little piece. I have a daughter. I have a daughter who have also learning difficulties. She's very bright, very young, and she grew up in a house with about 1,000 books in my library, but she couldn't read. One day, we were now living in Pretoria, Nasima and I had a computer, one of these old computers in my house. Okay. And my daughter had the same problem as I had. But I saw her. We were concerned that she wasn't writing, she wasn't reading. But she was now working, using this computer to talk to her friends online. This is the early days of the internet. And I thought, wow, if this computer can catch the imagination of this young child, why can't we use it for education generally? And that's how I started South African History Online.
Dr. Badsha, thank you for your address, and we have a small token of the university's gratitude.
Let's come here. Let's come over here.
Now proceed with the conferring of degrees and with the awarding of diplomas and certificates. I request the candidates to take up their positions. I also call upon the Dean of the Faculty to present the candidates for the various qualifications.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Social Science on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Thank you. Daniel Nyameka, who wrote a thesis entitled The Implementation of Integrated Support Systems in Reintegration of Offenders, the case study of East London Management Area. Emehenola Badebo Oluwafemi, who wrote a thesis entitled Psychosocial Factors and Mediating Roles of Spiritual Intelligence as Curses to Marital Satisfaction among married Christian couples in selected churches in Abeokuta Metropolis, Ogun State, Nigeria. Jobela Zizo, who wrote a thesis entitled The Exploration of Factors Contributing to High Rates of Gender-Based Violence in the Chris Hani District Municipality Towards a Multiple Stakeholder Framework, Eastern Cape, South Africa. Okoka Happiness, who wrote a thesis entitled The Impact of Self-Efficacy and Burnout on the Practice of Community Policing by the Nigerian Police. Mr. Tavase. Thank you. You got the right title. Chivaso Tompo, who wrote a thesis entitled An Exploration of Violent Crimes Committed Against Public Order Police Officials in South Africa, a case study of Tshwane Metropolitan, Gauteng Province. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Arts in African Languages, cum laude, on the listed candidates. Vicky Lashley, Kambazila Amos. Mr. Chancellor, I beg your pardon. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Arts in African Languages on the listed candidates.
I confer the degree.
Mahobo Unati. Congratulations. Machayo Sinazo. Mlekude Asipe. Sonkono Kono Liso Lawrence. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Arts in English Studies and Comparative Literature on the listed candidates in absentia.
I hereby confer the degree.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Arts in History on the listed candidate in absentia.
I hereby confer the degree.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Social Sciences in African Studies on the listed candidate.
I hereby confer the degree.
Sitiwa Nandipa. Wow. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Social Science in Communication cum laude on the listed candidate.
I hereby confer the degree cum laude.
Nkunjana Mandlakazi. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Social Science in Communication on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Gada Richard Richmond. Well done, Mr. Kipper.
You must leave. That's the procedure. Well done.
Jabavu Siyabulela. Congratulations, Ms. Ngochi. Ngochi Nwabisa. Please go. Congratulations, Ms. Nkotwana.
Well done.
Nkotwana Pinda. Congratulations, Pinda.
Well done.
Just let's wait till we have backup. So just let them get over and right, let's go. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts in African Languages on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Daisa Ntombokolo Mildred. Congratulations, Ms. Daisa.
Well done.
Congratulations, Mr. Kinkana. You look great. Kinkana Sinovuyo. Congratulations.
Well done. Slow.
Mashologu Nsimelo. Thank you. Nkoko Amashle. Congratulations. Pakatwana avuile. Well done. Konko Nolokanyo. Congratulations. Well done.
Well done.
Just waiting. No, I'm just waiting for the next one to go. Suduka Zikona Bianca. Well done. Komfulana Zimasa. Thanks. English.
Well done.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Comparative Literature on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Lugodlo Luyanda. Philosophy, okay. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Majavu Alupeli. Congratulations, Ms. Moyo. Moyo Maslatsi. Please step up, no? Congratulations. Obochi Akunolo Chinei Joy. Congratulations, Obochi Akunolo. Here's our Kunada. Well done, geez, well done, Ms. Kunwai. Congratulations. This is a difficult one to get through. Well done. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Anthropology cum laude on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree cum laude.
Nkambai Inako. Congratulations.
Well done.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Anthropology on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Zimba Nosidima Asemashle Hazel. Congratulations. Here's one of our cum laude candidates. Well done. Well done, Ms. Zimba.
Well done.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Communication cum laude on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree cum laude.
Nokokwa Amanda. Chefu Apiwe. Well done, Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Communications on the listed candidates.
I hereby award the degree.
Thank you. Dilima Nkwelekazi. Congratulations, Mr. Madondile Abongile. Congratulations. Mafanya Sibolelo. Mamfengo Andisiwe. Monki Fundile Nondwe. Congratulations, Mpengula Yolokazi. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Marshula. Marshula Mawande. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Crowley. Congratulations. Right, let's do this now. Just wait, I want to get your moment. Kwali Rianetsi. Congratulations, Ms. Kwali. Please step up. Congratulations. Let's wait for them to go. Sipecho Nomanono. Congratulations. Is this Mr. Siku? Congratulations, sir. Thank you for your... Just let's wait for it. Right. Siku Asapile. Congratulations, man. I'm going to battle. You're going to have to, I'll try my best, but you're going to have to. Kamaloti Kushle. Congratulations. Who's our Colorado candidate? Right. Where's... Okay. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Criminology cum laude on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree cum laude.
Kele Tembela. Well done, Tembela. Thank you for your hard work. Well done, Mr. President.
Well done.
Jesse Atenkosi. Thank you, Mr. Thank you very, very much, Ms. Marati. Marati Sikulisiwe Kushle. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Marizwana. Okay. I'm going to battle. Ndlazowana Kawekazi. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Criminology on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Kandruwandle Lilita. Thank you. Congratulations, Kanda.
Well done.
Kandayo Pamela. Congratulations, Pamela. Langa Siasanga. Well done. Just wait a moment. Well done. Nketsu Lona. Ndaba Spusisiwe Spesishle. Congratulations, Ms. Nkasa.
Well done.
Let's go. Nkasa Nontomiso. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Industrial Sociology cum laude on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree cum laude.
Nglungu Azolo.
Siyangando, eh?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Industrial Sociology on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Kwinana Zipuzetu.
Well done.
Nkasa Sanelisiwe.
Well done.
Nabella Lisa. Nsabo Sipiwo. Congratulations. Zokufa Nomkita Gillian. Congratulations.
Well done.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Sociology on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Sosibo Yonela.
Well done.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Political Science on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Thank you. Bota Tobala.
Well done.
Goso Papawa. Congratulations, Ms. Jeje Nozuko. Congratulations, Ms. Jeje. Congratulations, Mr. Malotsi.
Well done.
Malotsi Swifuya. Congratulations, Rigni Lucy. Sam Tina.
Well done. Well done.
Congratulations, Mr. You look great. I hope there's lots of pictures being taken. Sebokodo Indivue. Mr. Thompson, well done, and thank you for your perseverance. Thompson Bolelani.
Well done.
Here's the cum laude. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Psychology, cum laude, on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree. Cum laude.
Jara Mishlali Nicole.
Well done.
Malambe Lebuchang Bongiwe. Well done. Thank you. Ndlule Spesishle Pakiti. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Kunyana. Kunyana. Okay, I'll do my best. Hey? I will. Right. Nkuyana Senesipo. Congratulations. Ms. Porco. Okay. Porco Nomakoa. Congratulations. Hi, sir. Well done, Mr. Dunker. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Psychology on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Thank you. Danka Nzuzo. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Janki.
Well done.
Okay. I got it. Janki Akwama. Congratulations, Janki. Goduka Yonwaba. Congratulations. Jazile Ayabonga. Congratulations, Kafile. Yeah. Kafile Pila. Congratulations. Masala Award. Congratulations, Mr. Ndichwa Nosiseko. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Well done.
Njogolo Avela. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr.
Well done.
Shubi Kanya. Congratulations. Nelani Onesipo Sisipiwe. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Nkeben Kebe Isepile. Congratulations, Mr. Kwaso.
Well done.
Kwaso Yeyetu. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Simai Sisanda. Baka Sonwabiso.
Well done.
No, it's not yet. It's not the Bachelor of Arts degree. So it's not the Bachelor of Arts degree. No, it's come on. Sorry? Bachelor of Arts, okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Bakana Sibabalo Prudence. Thank you very much. Balandela Lindiwe. Yeah, you can go.
No. Well done.
Bibi Sive.
Congratulations.
Bokwana Sive.
Congratulations, Ms. Kepani.
Kepani Esishle.
Well done, Mr. Sisula. Well done.
Sisula Abulela.
Congratulations. Well done.
Siko Mbali Fiona. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Dalentetu. Well done.
Dalentetu Mishlali.
Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations, Mr. Wati.
Daweti Aviwe.
Congratulations, Ms. Hasa.
Daza
Well done.
Ayabukwa.
Congratulations, Mr. Lakana. Well done. Sir?
No, I've got it. You ready? Tlakana Luto.
Congratulations,
Well
Mr.
done.
Plessy. You ready?
Klesi Avela.
Well done. Congratulations, Mr.
Glova Onwaba.
Well done. You're right, Mr. Uma. Just take a minute to gather yourself. Are you ready? Great.
Duma Oswayo.
Congratulations. Good little cross. Congratulations, Mr. Yusha. Are you ready?
Diusha Bonga.
Congratulations, Mr. Puma.
Fadana Apelele
Well done.
Zankelwa.
Congratulations, Mr. Fishlani. Well done.
Fishlani Anati.
Well done, my brother. Congratulations, Ms. Fusa. Well done.
Fusa Akumile.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Kanada. Well done.
Canada Tiffany Brenda.
Congratulations, Ms. Kanada. Well done, Mr. George. All right, please.
George Simamkele.
Well done, Mr. Kachani.
Gijani Kanya.
Congratulations, Mr. Kiyama.
Giyama Olwetu.
All right, please.
Congratulations, Mr. Shlatini.
Hey, no
Are
one
you ready?
good.
No, no, I've got it. Are you ready?
Very good.
Shlatini Aluluto. Congratulations.
Hey, hey. Look up. Well done.
Congratulations, Ms. Shlati. Shlati Nangamso Kazi. Congratulations, Ms. Shlati. Congratulations, Mr. Shlatini.
Well done.
Shlokulu Batandwa. Jacobs Miso. Ms. Jacobs? Well done, Mr. Jama. Yeah, no, I've got it, Jama. Jama Lucindiso. Congratulations, Ms. Jones.
Well done.
James Ezil. Congratulations, Mr. Chancellor. Jangile Luyanda.
Well done.
Congratulations, Mr. Jawuka. Jawuka Bakanyisela. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. JK. JK Esona. Keliwa Wandile. Congratulations, Mr.
Well done.
Kisi and Kosi Bonile.
Well done.
Congratulations, Mr. Kunalisi Viwe. Congratulations. Kwata
Well done.
Yonela. Congratulations, well done, Mr. Kwasa. Kwasa Asada. Congratulations, well done. Landu Kanya. Congratulations, Ms.
Well done.
Lese Zikona. Congratulations, Mr. Lottering. Lottering Monray. Lugomo Cornelia. Congratulations, Luto. Great. Congratulations, Mr. Luto. Well done. Luto Anati Monique. Congratulations.
You must give.
Mabele Ukona.
Not my role, you must leave. Very good.
Congratulations, Ms. Magengele. Magengelele. Congratulations. Magengelele Abulele. Congratulations, Ms. Makiti Gidi. Makiti Gidi Kanya Aluto. Congratulations. Really well done in your hard work, huh? Congratulations. Makoso Samkelesiwe. Majita Kalib. Mangesi Yanga. Manku and Dissolution. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Makanga. Makanga Yoliswa. Makutu Amkawa. Congratulations, Ms. Marshall. Mashrula Yolanda. Congratulations, Mr. Makau. Makau Abogile. Congratulations, Ms. Marcy. Just let's wait a minute. For the next one. Right. They're proud of you. Mahasi Apongile. Mahwebu Masilindi. Congratulations, Ms. Matata. Matata Owam. Congratulations, Ms. Matata. Machoba Nolosindiso. Congratulations, Ms. May Yanel Sikani. I'm not going to get it right, but congratulations, Ms. Mazibo Kuma Puisiwa. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mbambisa Bongiwa Pretty. Mbaka Sinentlatu. Congratulations, Mbonisweni, well done. Mbonisweni Neliswa, well done. Congratulations, Mr. Mfanko. Mfankwa Yamalka. Nguduka Malka Prudence. Mshlana Okushle. Well done. Well done, Lieutenant. Mshlati Litemba. Well done. Mshlati Kowani. Thank you. Well done. Mjali Nomfusi. Well done, Miss. Mchusa Ambasiwe Elona. Makatitsi Tandeka Asipire. Ngweba Dumisa Lishle. Congratulations. Nkani Yanga. Congratulations, Mr. Mokone Katlejo Precious. Congratulations, Mr. Malloy Ratabile. Congratulations, Ms. Monello. Monello Lisa. Come up, Mr. Pangalala. Congratulations. Mpangalala Kamva Theo. Well done, Mr. I know. Kubata Monde. Well done. Well done very much, Mr. Mtangai. Congratulations. Mtangai Kali. Mtani Nolofefe. Congratulations. Ntetandaba Asamkele. Mti Inganati. Congratulations. Okay. Kofian Sinovoyo Posha. Mzansi Solam Sibanya. Congratulations. Ma'am, congratulations. Mzinyati Sivoyesiwe. Mzinyati Sivoyesiwe. Congratulations. Great. Labana Nikilita Winnie. Congratulations. Well done, Mzindetana. And Letana Lisakanya. Congratulations. Nzima Sitembile. Nzube Sinao. Congratulations, Ms. Gobo Nokolunga. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Ngozi. Ngozi Luto. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Kalamba. Thank you very much. Okay, let's face the audience so I can announce you. Kalamba Aliswa. Congratulations. Congratulations, well done. Kula Sekumzi. Well done, Mr. Nodwengo. Well done. Nodwengo Ungama. Congratulations, Mr. Nogaga Kanisa. Well done, Mr. Well done, Mr. I'll do my best. Nongai Samkelesiwe. Congratulations. Nompusi Monica Kamva. Well done, Ms. Nomchwe. Congratulations. Nomchwe Ntombuvuyo Prudence. Well done. Well done, sir. And you, congratulations, and you look great today. Nonkwai. Nongwai. Sisinisiwe. Congratulations. Well done, sir. Well done, sir. Thank you.
Well done.
Nonkwenkwe Elisa. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Nokakala. Nokakala Emisha. Please come up. Well done, man. Finally, people forget to get kept and then to bend down the Chancellor. Ntlabati Tulisa. Well done, Mr. Mtlangano. Well done. Mtlangano Zukile. Well done. Ntuzake, yeah. Well done. Ntuzake Nontembiso Zamakile. Well done, Mr. Ntuzini. Congratulations, sir. And you look excellent today. Ntuzini Sipumelele. Well done, man.
Thank you.
Mr. Ntuku, congratulations. Ntuku Bukawa. Congratulations. Please come up, man. Yes.
Well done.
Well done. Congratulations for your hard work. Keep that. Sanelisiwa.
Well done.
Congratulations, Mr. Nsa. Konsa Jabo Regina. Congratulations, Mr. Mbuza. Pandova Mafokeng. Well done, man. Well done.
Congrats.
Pakati Tandukazi. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Piwayo Nyamek. Well done, Ms. Piana. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Pignano Sinazo. Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. Piana. Just let's wait. Pukwana Hikwa Afika. Congratulations, Ms. Piana. Koka Atenkosi. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Piana. But well done, congratulations. Kosha Sisanda. Congratulations. Congratulations. Just stand by me for a minute. Kameme, Livoyo. Congratulations, Ms. Shumane. Shumane Sikelela. Well done, Miss. Well done, Miss. No, I'm saying well done. Sikolozana Sisipo. Well done, well done. Congratulations. Sikono Atibonga. Well done. Congratulations, Mr. Sikoko. Sikoko and Kosipete. Well done, Sila Sanalisiwa. Well done, congratulations. Yeah. Sinawuza Luvo. I'll tell you when, huh? Congratulations, man. It was a long wait, but I hope it's worth it.
You can say six subadne.
Huh?
Six subadne.
Okay. Six Subane Amanda. Congratulations, Ms. Sogaga.
Sokanga.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Great. Soganga Asisipo. Congratulations, Ms. Swai. You ready? Ready to graduate now? Swai Nonsikelelo. Congratulations. You ready to graduate? Tekwane Liaka. Congratulations. Tengimfene Ntombikanina. Chesi Asanda. Well done, Mr. Chairman. Tuanya. Well done, Mr. Chairman. Congratulations. You stand here so we can face the crowd. Oh, you stand so you can face the crowd rather than auntie. Tuanyani Tepo. Congratulations, Miss Florence Quincy. Twalen Kunzi Sinenhlanhla. Congratulations. Congratulations, Ms. Chindiso Sipesishle. Congratulations. Van Heerden Sonia Elise. Katula Afakile. Congratulations. Kongo Esona. Igwani Kumbolani. Zulu Zandile Elisa. Well done, Mr. Zwane. Zwane Siabonga. New one. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Work cum laude on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree cum laude.
Buyurimwe Talent Liza.
Well done.
Chauke Judith.
Well done.
Choko Fembera Fortunate. Well done, Mr. Mapikure.
Well done. Fortunate.
Mapikure McLean. Congratulations, Mr. Matanga.
Well done.
Matanga Tobias. Well done.
Well done.
Matamba, last but not least. Congratulations. Mutamba Kundai.
Congratulations.
Well done, Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Work on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Thank you. Badi Analo. Well done, Ms. Badi. Congratulations, Ms. Bane. Bane Lungile. Congratulations, Ms. Besu. Besu Sibabawa Petronella. Boshoff Abigail Starr. Congratulations, Ms.
Congratulations.
Bota Lelona Schlubisa. Congratulations, Mr. Shindoti. Chindoti Lovemore. Congratulations, Mr. Chirimuta Peter Tafatswa. Congratulations, Mr. Diko Keba. Dinwayo Avuyile. Well done, sir. Well done. Well done. Dinwayo Zimasa. Tlatla Nompumelelo Mpumela. Well done, Ms. Tlatla. Congratulations. Tlatla Nokukanya. Mr. Dube. Just let's wait a moment. Dube Tabani. Congratulations. Jonase Sinokolo. Congratulations.
Well done.
Jonashe Zinkler. Kelo Sipo. Well done, Mr. Keswent Alicia Bernardine. Well done, Ms. Guinea. Guinea Quanele. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. Just give me a minute. Just give me half a second.
Well done.
I beg your pardon. Just give me a second. Pardon for keeping you waiting. Koduka Kwekazi. Congratulations. Mr. Gosso. Well done, sir. No, Gumede. Gumede.
Well done.
Okay. You ready? Gumede Bekezelani.
Well
I
done.
need this one. Ready? Go. Wonko Lisa.
Well done.
Well done, congratulations. Gonyazila Likona. Come on, man. Congratulations on your hard work. Gwengo Nomzamo. Well done, Miss Hani. You ready?
Well done.
Hani Alake. Well done, Miss Hobo.
Well done.
Hobo Asive. Congratulations, Ms. Jafta. Jafta Rafiwe. Ms. Jaji, congratulations. Jaji Sukanya Sweetness. Thank you very much, Ms. Jonas. Congratulations. Jonas Sibabawa. Well done, Mr. Keswa.
Well done.
Are you related to Professor Keswa?
Oh, you see him back?
Keswa Siviwe. Well done.
Well done.
Kuchwa Tobela. Please come up. Well done. Komani Luto.
Hey,
Congratulations, Mr. Manisi.
much needed.
Just looks right to me. Kunelisa Pumeza Precious. Miss Kwasa. Well done, congratulations. Kwasa Nokolungu Millicent. Miss Liliwa. Well done. And you look very well turned out today in traditional outfit. Liliwa Awonke. Well done, Miss Lulwana.
Well done.
Lulwana Sanelesiwe. Miss Longa. Congratulations on your work. That's a quite tough. Lunga Janet. Miss Madikizela. Well done.
Well done.
I'm just waiting for the last person. Madikizela Atabile. Well done. Miss Makadla. Well done.
Well done.
Makadla Nontobeko. Congratulations, Miss Mshlamvu. Mshlamvu, is it correct? Mshlamvu Atembele. Yes. Congratulations, Mr. Mahoko. But still congratulations. Mahoko Asemashle. Congratulations, Mr. Matasini. Where are we? Okay, yes. Majuzini Sizole. Miss Makalaba. Makisi. Okay, well done, Miss Makisi. Congratulations. Makisi Mbasa. Well done, Mbasa. Miss Malkas. Congratulations.
Well done.
Malkas Omana. Congratulations. Miss Mange. Well done, Miss Mange. Mange Amashle. Miss Mani. Well done on your accomplishment. Mani Asemashle. Miss Marubeni. Congratulations. Marubeni Onge. They're your friends. Miss Masizana. Well done on your accomplishments. You look like you're really enjoying today. Let's get you graduated. Right. Your turn now. Masizana Sipokushle. Miss Moela, congratulations on your accomplishments. Moela Victoria. Miss Mbaki. Yeah. Okay, well done, Miss Mbaki. Becky Yonella. Miss Mbaki. Congratulations on your hard work.
Thank you so much.
Mbakela Yonella. Miss Mshumakulu. No, Miss Menziwa. Okay, congratulations. Menziwa Yola Lisakanya. Congratulations, Miss Mkineni. Miss Mkineni. Mkineni Batabile Lynette. Miss Mking, well done on your hard work. Mkingi Pezisa. Well done on your hard work, Mr. Mjekeliso Mvuzetu. Kumla Bitaletu.
Well done.
Well done on your hard work, Mr. Mlonzi. Congratulations. Mlonzi Isake. Well done on your hard work, Mr.
Well done.
Nakanisa. Well done, well done. Nakaniso Asemashle. Mtengwane Kabisa.
Well done.
You ready? Mpakati Sintatu.
Well done.
Nkashwa Inati. Mzengeli. Mr. Mzengeli. Congratulations. Mzengeli Seto.
Well done.
Well done, Mr. Mzoba.
Well done.
Congratulations. Mzoba Fundiswa. Congratulations, Mzoboche. Mzoboche Lisa Lise. Mr. Mzola. Okay, Mzocho. Okay, congratulations. Mzocho Nose Yamkela. Congratulations, Miss Nelson. Just let's wait and compress to that side. That will get you graduated in 30 seconds. Right, let's go. Nanso, uyabukwa. Congratulations, Mr. Kise.
Well done.
Kise Nkumisa. Congratulations, Mr. Ndaleni. Ndaleni
Well done.
Ati.
Congratulations. Well done.
Congratulations, Mr. Ndamse. Okay, just face the crowd while I call your name. Ndamse Mzukisi. Mr. Nkubela. Okay, great. Congratulations, Mr. Nkubela. Nkubelo Nikiwe. Mr. Nguse. Well done.
Well done.
Nguse Luleka. Congratulations. Congratulations on your work.
Congratulations.
Ngwai Banchwa Indipile. Pardon me, give me just a second. I'll take it here. Pardon me for delaying you. Pardon me for delaying you, but congratulations. Nkabi Zinzi. Mr. Nkalani. Well done, Mr. Nkalani. Nkalani Onke. Well done, Mr. Nkamba. Nkamba Apiwe.
Congratulations.
Mr. Nkumbisa. Nkumbisa Melissa. Miss Congratulations. Nodwengo Nomabera. Miss Nochikulu. Not Shakila. Sorry, I can't read my handwriting, but congratulations. Not Shakila Awaba. Mr. Ntlebi. You look great. Congratulations on your accomplishment. Ntlebi Zuko.
Well done. Well done.
Well done, Miss Ntonzima. You ready to graduate? Right. Ntonzima Basandise. Mr. Ntuli.
Well done.
Well done. Ntuli Lindelo. Congratulations, Ms. Nyangule. Well done on your work. Nyangule Anati. Congratulations, Mr. Pelham.
Well done.
Pelham Lake.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Poswa. Congratulations on your work, sir.
Well done.
Poswa Ako. Iku. Ms. Pungoa,
Well done.
congratulations on your accomplishment. Pungoa Koyasa Talita. Mr. Kovane, congratulations on your work.
Congratulations.
Kovane Onele. Ms. Roda.
Congratulations.
Ruda Asisipo. Ms. Sapo.
Congratulations.
Sapo and the Siwe. Congratulations, Ms. Saziwa. Saziwa
Congratulations.
Asevi. Mr. Samana, congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
Samana Soyama. Ms. Sidinile,
Congratulations.
congratulations on your work. Wait, no. I've got to announce you first. Sidinile Unati. Mr. Kenya, congratulations on your accomplishment.
Congratulations.
You ready to graduate? Sir Kenya Asanda. Mr. Nkoto,
Congratulations.
congratulations on your work, Mr. Nkoto Lisakanya. Well done on your work, Ms. Sivela. Sivela Zimkita.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Sikaki. Congratulations on your work, Ms. Sikaki. Sikaki Sanganati. Mr. Fair. Congratulations on your work.
Thank you.
Safia Sipukushle. Ms. Sokudila. Congratulations. Sokanyila Wisiswa. Mr. Sumdaka. Well done on your work.
Congratulations.
Sumdaka Skip. Miss Somi.
Congratulations.
Well done on your work. Somi Luleka. Miss Sondobo. Well done on your work, Miss Sondobo. Sondobo Yamkelani. Well done, Miss Sunjani. Sunjani Ngasi Bini Zenande. Mr. Tio, congratulations.
Congratulations. Take your time. Congratulations.
Tio Sonwabo.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Tutu Liama. Miss Vala.
Congratulations.
Well done on your work. Chancellor Lufiso wetu. Miss van der Merwe, congratulations. Van der Merwe, Danique, Tasha, Francisca. Well done, Miss Yakani. Yakani Simkita. Miss Anani, congratulations. Zinani Nokuzolo. Well done, Miss Zingetwa. Zingetwa Sipukazi. Well done, Mr.
Well done.
Zibulale Musa. Congratulations, Mr. Zondani Amashle. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Theology on the listed candidates.
I hereby confer the degree.
Damane Boitumelo. Daweti Pamela. Mr. Dingani, congratulations. No, Mr. Garcia, I beg your pardon. I missed the name, but congratulations, Mr. Garcia. Garcia Ronald Simpiwe.
Congratulations.
Shlobo Sanelisiwe. Miss Jones.
Congratulations,
Miss Jones. Jonas Songawa. Kushlane Akwama. Congratulations, Madam Gacha. Congratulations, Madam Gacha Wanda. Miss Madikane, congratulations. Madikane Nombuso Francis. Miss Makoso, congratulations. No, you're not Miss Makoso. See, I was nearly called the wrong name. Makolusa Namshla, congratulations. Congratulations, sir. Well done, Mr. Manzana. Manzana Asanda. Come up now. Congratulations. Congratulations. Can I have your card now? Don't be nervous. It's time to grab now. You ready? Right. Maranjana Nosisa. Mr. Mbobo. Mbonyana. Congratulations, Mr. Mbonyana. Mbonyana azolile. Congratulations, Ms. Nkapai. Nkapai Nuzuko Priscilla. Mr. Daniel, congratulations on the flowers which you carry. Sibenya Chulomanko. Congratulations, Mr. Sukani Zizeto. Mr. Samaya. Congratulations, sir. Sumhaya Simpiwe Goodman. Ms. Sotomela. Sotomela Asive. Mr. Sonduza. Sonduza Umpumelelo Ben. Thank you, Ms. Kowana Mebia. Kongwana Bushle Buzile. Ms. Sondani, last but not least, congratulations on your work and thank you for waiting for us. Sondani Nolu Babalo.
Well done.
I know today has been a very exciting day. We are at the end of the ceremony of this beautiful celebration of your achievement. So it's my pleasure and privilege to give the vote of thanks. I'm Renuka Vithal. I'm the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Teaching and Learning, and I'm also a professor in mathematics education. And so in giving this vote of thanks, I first of all want to thank each and every one of you here who is graduating today, who chose the University of Fort Hare for their studies. Thank you for choosing UFH. And give yourselves a round of applause for having achieved this graduation status. I want to thank you that you have persevered and faced many trials and tribulations in ensuring that you got your degree. There are many others that each of you do know of that may have joined you in the first year of your study and that are not with you now for all sorts of reasons. So the fact that you have weathered the storms and the challenges and got here today and are graduating is a major achievement that you should celebrate. I want to then also recognize that today you are also part of one of the largest cohorts that are graduating. The Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities has the highest number of graduates in this season. Yes? You are part of that group. And also to welcome you as the alumni of the University of Fort Hare. Yes. So I encourage you to continue to contribute and pay it forward for all the support and ways in which others have helped you to get here today. I want to also invite you to continue your studies into postgraduate and other areas of study, and to encourage you to find out about bursaries and opportunities that can enable you to register and undertake postgrad studies. You heard earlier the faculty is introducing a brand new BA Honors in Liberation Heritage Studies. It's a fantastic new degree that draws on the University of Fort Hare's amazing liberation archives. We have amazing archives, and now we are developing a number of programs that will leverage and make those opportunities for you to study firsthand using the original documentation, some of it more than 100 years old, and learn and take that forward. So, as you join the cohort of alumni of the University of Fort Hare, I want you to, first of all, with you, the graduates, I want you to thank your parents, your partners, your family, the neighbors, the communities who have helped you and supported you. A round of applause for them, for all of those people. And today, I hope you'll make some time to seek out those who have contributed to your growth and development and this achievement, and thank them for that. I also want to ask you to put your hands together for the people in the faculty that have supported you, all the lecturers, the professors, the supervisors, the support staff, the admin staff, yes? And then also all the people outside the faculty in the university, in the support services, the libraries, student affairs, residents, so many different parts of the university that have to work together to make your experience and your studies a success here at the university. I want to also then, in putting together this graduation, which requires a lot of work and coordination, thank the Office of the Registrar, the Academic Administration, and also the people who organized this event, our Communications and Marketing Department, of course also ICT, and then the staff and students all in this hall who do many different tasks to ensure the ceremony runs smoothly. Please put your hands together for all of them. And then I want to save the best for the last. It's really wonderful for us, after several years, to have an honorary graduate ceremony today. And I want us to thank Mr. Badsha for joining us and for his wonderful talk on his life experience and the lessons we can learn from him and from his work. If you could put your hands together to thank him. And finally, since I forgot to do this vote of thanks, one other very special group that I need to thank is our choir, our renowned choir. Please put your hands together for them. So with that, we have another ceremony this afternoon, but you, I know, are now waiting to go and celebrate. And I know you have a plan for today. You're going to do many different things. Please do it safely. So if you celebrate, celebrate hard, but please also be safe. One moment of a wrong action can have a lifetime impact. Remember that. So please do enjoy, but do things responsibly. All the best and well done to the graduates of 2025.
By the powers vested in me as the Chancellor of the University of Fort Hare, I now declare this congregation dissolved. I will request the congregation to stand and to remain standing when the procession leaves the hall. And whilst you are standing, the university choir will lead the congregation in the singing of the national anthem, whereafter the leader of the procession will do what he must do.